morning, everybody. Today is Sunday, November 13th, 2016. And today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. Normally, this would be my keto weekly weigh-in, and this would be week 12. However, I've opted not to do it this week. Instead, I'm going to do weeks 12 and 13 together next week because this week I actually have my monthly visitor. So I am very, very bloated and the numbers wouldn't be accurate on the scale, so it makes no sense to even go down that line. So today, seeing as how the holiday season has begun, and I want to say begun because next Thursday is Thanksgiving Day and 42 days from today is Christmas Day, I've decided to talk about artificial sugars because I know many of you, such as myself, will be invited to Thanksgiving parties. And if you're me at my household, we host a Christmas party every year. And as well at work, you're probably going to be asked to bring in a dish to your office Christmas party. So I thought I'd go over some of the artificial sugars that you can incorporate into your dishes that you make so that your friends and family can enjoy them as well as yourself and you don't feel left out. So the first thing I'm going to start off with is talking about artificial sugars that you should avoid. And one of those artificial sugars is Truvia. Truvia, especially their baking product. Their baking solution has erythritol, it has sugar, and it has stevia extract. And I hope you do remember that from the video that I did on what can I eat on keto when I took you grocery shopping. It has 3 different ingredients in their Truvia. So that's not a product that you want to incorporate. I guarantee you it's going to taste wonderful because it does have sugar, erythritol, and Splenda in it. Another product you want to avoid is your powdered Splenda. Powdered Splenda has maltodextrin. We've talked about this before. It has maltodextrin in it, as well as sucralose. Sucralose is a product that you can have. However, you want to try it in the pure form, meaning you want to have either the sucralose powder, and they do make one of those, and you can find that on Amazon.com, and I'll leave a link in the description box below to that. Or you can buy the liquid sucralose, which they do make some great products out there, or you can find it at your local supermarket. So I'm going to show you that now. This here is liquid sucralose. I bought this from my local supermarket. Personally, I've had this for about a year. Personally, I do not like the taste of this. I find this particular one very bitter. The only ingredients in it is water and sucralose and a preservative. I do not like it. It is very bitter. It doesn't give it a sweet taste at all, so I don't really know what they did with this particular one. It's not very good in my opinion. And this is Harris Teeter brand. So if you have a different supermarket in your area, their brand might be a little bit better. However, one that I know that is better is one that I purchase on Amazon.com all the time, and it's called Sucra Drops. These are phenomenal. If you look here, it says, I hope you can see it, it says no carbs, no calorie, no aftertaste, safe for diabetics, same taste as sugar, and used to bake or cook. This here stands up to its claim. It's phenomenal. I would recommend this to anybody any day of the week. This tastes delicious, and that's why I don't incorporate it into my diet right now, because it causes me to want more and more and more and more and more because it tastes so much like sugar. And for me, I don't know about you, but for me, sugar's like a drug. If you give me something sweet today, I'm going to want it again and again and again and again and again. I can't do that. So I have to draw the line and say no. So I don't put it in my bulletproof coffee. I don't put it in my tea. I don't put it in anything. But once I reach my goal, I will once again incorporate that. But right now it tastes too much like sugar for me to want to eat it because I'm just going to go right back to my old ways. The next thing I want to talk about is a man-made sugar called Xylitol. And I just want to also say that sucralose is also a man-made sugar. Sucrose is something our body makes, but sucralose is a man-made sugar. This here is xylitol. It's also a man-made sugar. This particular bag of xylitol, I'll put a link in the description box below to where you can purchase this on Amazon. But this right here, the ingredients is 100% birch xylitol. There's nothing else in this bag. This bag, one serving size is 1 teaspoon. And 1 teaspoon has less than 4 grams of carbs, less than 4 grams of xylitol. So if you're a person who counts net carbs, this would be 0. If you're a person such as myself that counts whole grams of carbs, I would count this as 1. But you can incorporate this into some of your baked goods this holiday season. Another one that I want to talk to you about is erythritol. Now, I did mention that Truvia does have erythritol, but I want to tell you something about erythritol. Erythritol, especially this one, and it has in it 100% erythritol. You can see that? There's nothing else in here except erythritol. However, it also has 100 grams of carbohydrates. So this is something that I wouldn't necessarily want to consume on a daily basis. And this would be for special occasions. 1 serving size of this is 100 grams. 100 grams is 7.5 tablespoons, which is 22.5 teaspoons. Now, this particular erythritol, let's say it's 100 grams. Let's say you use 100 grams serving size of this in a batter and you're making 24 cupcakes. Well, you take your 24 cupcakes, divide it into the 100 grams of carbohydrates, and the carbohydrate for each cupcake would be 4.16 grams of carbs. And that's just for the sugar. That doesn't include the almond flour that you're going to add, or the coconut flour. It doesn't add those carbohydrates in. That's just 4.6 grams of carbs for the sugar alone. Keep that in mind. As you're making your baked goods this year, keep track of everything that you're putting into that batter and then divide that by the number of cupcakes or the size of cake that you're going to get. How many servings are you going to get out of that cake? Remember, how many cookies? Divide the amount of cookies you actually make into that number of each product, and that will tell you exactly how many carbohydrates you're getting. So that way you don't think that, oh, I'm eating something low carb, but meanwhile that cookie or that cupcake cost you 10 carbohydrates and you don't realize it. That's why I'm a huge proponent and a huge advocate for eating quality carbohydrates, and quality carbohydrates to me are carbohydrates you're getting from your vegetables, such as your green leafy vegetables, your broccoli, your green beans, things like that. I would want to get my carbs from there. Instead, if I was going to bake something, I would actually use the sucralose because I'm not adding any carbohydrates and I'm not adding any calories to it. So I would tend to use this first. Okay, so if I have 2 grams of carbs from or 5 grams of carbs from, the almond flour, the coconut flour, that's all I'm having. I don't have to also add in the 4.6 grams from the sugar. Now I have 9.16 grams. You see, I would try to minimize the amount of carbohydrates as much as possible. The last item I want to bring up to you today is Chatfield's Date Sugar. I talked about this last Saturday in my haul from Earth Fare. This actually, the only ingredient, once again, is granulated dehydrated dates. There it is, granulated dehydrated dates. It also has 3 grams of carbohydrates, 3 sugars, and 0.5 grams of carbohydrates. Now, I've never tried this. I've never had it. A date is a fruit. It's something I wouldn't, necessarily consume. I just wouldn't consume, actually. But I just wanted to show you that this actually has less carbohydrates than the erythritol. So for myself, as I mentioned before, at my Christmas parties, we have many, many diabetics, 4 to 5, if not more diabetics coming. And I would choose to offer them baked goods or some kind of treat made with artificial sugar than with real sugar. And if I was definitely going to someone else's home, I would bring maybe 2 different baked goods, so therefore you would have options. It's not that you can't have anything else. Or if you go to have a party at work, I would tend to stick to the desserts or the foods that you make. Bring a dish, a regular food dish, as well as a dessert, and only eat your food. And the reason why I'm saying that, and this is just me, okay? Some people will go out to a restaurant in a minute and they will do all kinds of stuff. Me, I can't, because it would just weigh on my mind, because I'm very strict with myself, so it would weigh on my mind, and I won't know what kind of seasonings they put on the meat. I don't know what you put in those vegetables. I don't know what you put in this or that. I'm very regimented when it comes to myself. I'm not regimented when it comes to other people. I only can live for myself. So for myself, I'm very strict with this diet for myself. Yeah, because I know me. I can't be trusted. Okay, you can't give me a sweet, I can't make a sweet treat or a whole pan of muffins and think that I'm going to have them every day, because then that's going to become a habit for me very quickly. I can't incorporate the sucralose every day in a cup of tea or coffee. I can't do it at all because it tastes too much like real sugar. And then I'm going to want it every day, all the time. And then I'll be right back to eating that bag of, Oreos again, those lemon Oreos. Oh my God. And don't tell me about them gingerbread Oreos. Anyway, so last year was good. I earned every last one of the pounds that I put on, okay? So for me, I have to be very strict with myself. That's why I personally choose not to incorporate any artificial sugar in my diet. However, this holiday season, I will be making some baked goods for my family. And if I choose to have or partake in one, that's one. But that's it. I can't allow myself to get into a habit again, because I know me. I'm like a drug addict. I'll constantly want more, and I'll totally forget about what I'm doing, and I'm not going to go there this time. So that concludes this video for today. I hope it was very helpful for some of you. And if some of you see yourself in me, how you get addicted to something very quickly, I would encourage you to refrain from it. Because remember, the holiday season, Christmas is only one day. Christmas is only one day. Thanksgiving is only one day. New Year's is only one day. Don't ruin all your progress for one day. For 24 hours, you're going to ruin all the progress you made. Don't do that. Your journey and your destination is waiting for you, and it's more important that you achieve that than it is for you to have some delicious cake with buttercream sauce. Because once the buttercream is gone, now you're left knowing what you did. And don't do that to yourself. Just make something you can have. Make very little bit. So once it's gone, and that's it. Other than that, for some great holiday baking desserts, I would encourage you to look at Cooking Keto with Christy. She has some awesome videos on there, and she also shows you the different sugars that she uses in her dishes. So I would encourage you to look at her recipes this holiday season for some of the goods that she makes, as well as her ice cream, which is phenomenal. Okay, it was good. So I would definitely try that. And remember, you can make that ice cream without any sugar, and it will still taste very good. Anyway, other than that, I want to thank you all for watching. If you are not already subscribed to my channel, I ask that you click that subscribe button. And until next time, you have a blessed and safe week. And don't forget to leave me some comments down below. And please tell me some of the desserts that you like to make this holiday season, and some of the traditions that you and your family have celebrated from childhood, or some of the new traditions that you've incorporated, and how you plan on using or incorporating those traditions this holiday season, since you're now on the ketogenic diet. Until next time, you have a blessed and safe week. Bye.